All right, guys, today's an easy one. We're just going to talk about how to talk to buyers. That's all we're going to talk about. It's a real simple conversation. You want to respect their needs, you want to give them what they want, but you also want to control the conversation. That's all you really want to do. And that's what we're going to talk about on today's video. So if that's something that you want to learn a little bit more about, consider hanging around for the whole video. And then also, too, this is something that works for me. Okay. You might come up with your own rhythm, your own rhyme to this conversation, but this is just a general conversation that works for me when I'm chatting with buyers, when they call in from lead sources, from sign calls, stuff like that. So I hope this helps. And if it does, consider giving the video a big thumbs up if it helps you. That way, other agents know that it might be something that they want to listen to too. So I'm going to role play the conversation so you can hear it. And then I'll go in deep on that conversation with those buyers. So the initial buyer they call in and they're like, "Hey, this is John, and I'd like to take a look at 123 house. Can you show it to me?" And my response is just like this: "Oh my gosh, I'm so excited to chat with you about that home. Let me get it pulled up here on the computer screen." And then why I'm pulling it up here on the computer screen, what attracted you to that home? And then they're going to tell me what they want to know about it. Okay. And then, okay, perfect. I see the home. It's pulled up here now. Thank you so much for letting me know what attracted you to that home. And then I repeat back to them what they said. I'm available at this time on this day or that day. Which day works best for you? And that's what I say. If I'm talking for one of my team members, I generally know what their schedule is. So I'll say, "I've got someone who's able to show it to you at this time or this time. What works best for you?" So give them two options. And then they're either going to choose an option or they're going to say they'd like to see it right now. That's how the conversation is going to go. Perfect. I would love to show it to you right now if they choose the right now option. I would love to show it to you right now, but I've got to get permission from the seller to show it to you. Now, if it's vacant, don't say that, okay? Because usually 9 times out of 10, you're going to get auto approved if it's a vacant home. But if it's occupied, then that's a true statement. You've got to get permission from the seller to show it to them and then redirect them right back to, would this time, this day, or this time, that day be better for your schedule? I want to respect your time. And then they're going to give you an answer. Okay. If it's a vacant home, they want to see it right away. Say, "I still need to get permission from the seller or the seller's agent to get us in right away." Sometimes they don't respond back immediately, and I'm not available right now to show it. And I don't know if I can get you one of my team members over to show it right now. So, in the event that I cannot and the seller does not, what time this day or that day works best for you? Repeat right back to them the two options that you gave them two different conversations ago. You're not stopping them and you're not telling them no. You're just giving them the items that work. So I understand getting in there right away is very important to you, and it is a vacant home. So I am going to try to accomplish that. Unfortunately, I'm not available right now to show it to you, and I've got to check with my team members to show it to you also. And they may be tied up on appointments too. And I know you could understand that people have appointments and they could be tied up. So, in the event the seller doesn't approve and I can't get someone over right away, which one of these other two times that we've previously discussed works best for you? So you're respecting them. You're giving them respect. You're not just saying no. You're just explaining the situation to them, because sometimes buyers don't understand that. And no, I haven't qualified them yet. And no, I haven't asked them if they're working with a real estate agent yet. And that's what we're going to get into next. So let's go with they pick one of the other two times. Perfect. I'm super excited to get that set up to you. What's the best email? Because I like to email everyone too, not just text them and call them, but I like to give them all three lines of communication. What's the best email to send over that confirmation to as soon as I get that confirmed? And then I'm getting that information. So now I've got their cell phone and I've got their email. So I'm going to text this email to you as soon as we get off the phone. And if you could just confirm that I spelt it correctly, that would be a huge help. Would that be all right? They're going to be like, "Yeah, totally." So then I text it to them to make sure I've got it correctly when I get off the phone with them. And whether I get off the phone with them in a good way or bad way, I still text it to them to make sure I got it right. So leading on to the next question. Okay, perfect. I'm going to work on getting this scheduled to ensure that this home meets your lender's criteria for the home loan they've approved you for, what is your lender's name and number? I'll give them a call, chat with them about this house to make sure it works. And they'll be like, what do you need my lender's number for? To ensure that the loan that you've been approved for works for this particular home. Because sometimes if you use an FHA loan, conventional loan, VA loan, they have different lending criterias. I just want to make sure this home fits the loan that you've been approved for with your lender. Your lender has approved you for a loan, right? And then let them respond. If they say no, they want to find the house first, the conversation will go, oh my gosh, I'm so glad we're having this conversation. The financing is the first step when looking for a new home. A lot of people that we've helped over the years have actually not been qualified, even when putting amounts such as $100,000 down on a home loan before, just because of past items in their credit or their debt to income ratio not being within the limits. Do you want to get a home loan with the bank that you currently bank at, or would you like to have one of the lenders that other customers have been happy with give you a call and in only as little as 5 minutes go over the pre-qualification with you? So you're putting the brakes on. You're saying you want to show them the home, but you're also looking out for their best interests because they need to get pre-qualified. And you're not lying. Customers that we have had who could put $100,000 down on a $180,000 loan before haven't been pre-approved, and it's because they had no credit. It wasn't because of the debt to income ratio or past things on their credit. Well, it is because of no credit. They had no credit, but you've got to get the first step done first before you show them that home, because if they don't qualify for that home, then you don't want them to fall in love with that home, that style of home, and then potentially not even be able to buy anything close to it. At least in my market, every $10,000, it's a different level of home. So even if they're only qualified for $10,000 less, they may never find the right home again right away just because they fell in love with one that they do not qualify for. Does that make sense? And then if they say, oh, yeah, I'm approved with John Smith over at First Bank of America. Did you get that? Did you get that? Yeah, totally approved. Then this home will work just fine. Perfect. I still want to call as a professional. I still want to call them, chat with them about this home to ensure that it does. I do not want to waste your time showing you a home that your loan doesn't qualify for. You said John Smith at First Bank of America. Do you know if that's out of the Edmond branch or the Oklahoma City branch? And then they're like, well, you don't need to call them. I just want to see the home. You know what they're saying in that point. Not a problem. I totally understand. Your financial business is your private information, and you and your banker and what you discuss is absolutely your information. I just need to make sure this home qualifies for you before myself or another team member shows you the home, or else we wouldn't be doing our job as real estate professionals, not doing that. So did you want you I don't mind calling them and getting the pre-approval letter, making sure this house qualifies for your loan. um, are they out of the Edmond branch or the Oklahoma City branch? And then if they say Edmond or Oklahoma City, then you call and verify they're pre-approved. Or if they say, well, I actually haven't been pre-approved yet, then you go back into the same script of, completely understand. Would you like to call them? It only takes 5 minutes to get approved. That way we can schedule time to see this home if it fits your loan's qualifications and your loan's requirements. Is that something you could do right now while you're sitting outside the home while I work on getting it scheduled for this time on this day? Or would you like me to have one of the lenders that other customers have enjoyed working with give you a call to discuss your qualifications with you? Okay. So let's lead on now to the next part of the conversation. Let's say they go ahead and work with the lender you recommend, or you call John Joe and John Smith and they're pre-approved and everything's fine. Okay, let's move on to the next one. While we're working on the qualification part, I forgot to ask at the beginning of the conversation, do you already have a member of your family who's a real estate professional, or a best friend from high school who's a real estate professional that would help you purchase this home if you fall in love with it on our showing? And you're asking that because if they already have someone who's going to help them buy the house, you want to make sure they schedule that appointment through them. You don't want to go show them the house because they have that relationship with the other person. And you don't want to show them the house not knowing that they have a relationship with another person, because then you're doing the other person's job for that person. Okay. So you got to verify if they're working with another agent too. So it's, hello, I'm excited to help you. What time do you want to see the home? Are you pre approved? Do you have a real estate professional already helping you? Those are the quick those are the quick 4 questions you could qualify a buyer on a sign call with if you don't like using the LP Mama script. If you want to compare and contrast this script to the LP Mama script, just go back, check the LP Mama script. I'll put a link of it right here up there. So I'll put that right there. And if you guys enjoyed today's video, give it a thumbs up. Give it a great big share with all your real estate agent friends. And if you're open minded to looking at other real estate opportunities and the opportunities that eXp Realty offers its agents in ownership, equity opportunities, being able to purchase stocks with your commissions, and then the 3 different income streams that eXp Realty offers you as a real estate agent by not really doing anything different than you've already done. And of course, the amazing offer that Glenn gave us all in revenue share. Give me a call, shoot me a text, send me an email. The number is right there. I'd love to chat with you about how eXp Realty is obsessed with your success. I'll see you guys on the next video. Oh, and check out this video. I just made this video for another video that I'm getting ready to do on my consumer channel. Tell me what you think about this one. See, I'm going to use that. I'm going to use that as a buffer between different subjects because that's a home that I currently have for sale in Luther, Oklahoma on 10 acres. It's a 4-bed, beautiful home. And I'm going to use that as a buffer when I'm talking about what you need to look for when buying a home in rural Oklahoma. What do you guys think about that? Comment down below on that one. All right, guys. See you on the next one.